feel like.
What's going on, Savon Cafe? Kenneth, Paul Joy, the two. Hey, Overtime, Coach Sam. What's going on, everybody? As you guys come in here, thanks so much for joining me this morning. Hey, thanks for inviting people. Hi from Ohio. Hey, Ohio. I know a lot of people in Ohio. Dr. Watkins, thank you for being here. Thank you, Kenneth, for being in here as well. Is it Kenneth or is it Paul? Or is it John? Good morning. The Heart Attack is here. Success Sean, haven't seen you in a minute. True No Lies, good to see you again. Good to see you again. E. Nicole. Success Sean, it's good to see you. Ohio. Goes he mad. Good morning, Anthony. Ace Music, he's awesome. Nice dude. You guys should follow Anthony. He does a lot of good things. Good morning, The Heart Attack from Payoff. That's Danny from Payoff. Great new app that puts financial personality tests together, so you should check them out as well. Danny's awesome. Hey, Stephanie. Good to see you. You should be receiving, hopefully you should be receiving a copy of your book soon. And I put a little treat in there as well. And I'm trying to think what else. For a conference. No, you're awesome, Danny Heart Attack. I missed the last one, Anthony. Hey, what's going on, Mook? Central Station Barbershop. Good to see you. Yes, nice shades. Thank you, Coach Sam. Hello, Ms. Storing. Style Storing. I love that. That's right. I forgot. Amber Aziza. Amber Aziza's awesome. You got to follow her. She does a lot of business-related scopes. And she's a success coach. Just does some great things, help you take your business to another level. We all do a lot of the same thing, but again, like I said, there's always room. There's abundance in life. So this is not about you or me. This is about abundance in life. So sharing. So how in the world did that happen? I don't know. My scopes are filled with awesomeness. So I thank you for it coming up automatically. Hey, Wendy Glitters, thank you for being here. Thanks for being in here. We all have something special. Yes, we do. We all have something special to offer. I saw Keith Maurice come in here. How you feeling, bro? How you feeling? Thanks for being in here, Keith Maurice. Thank you so much, Amber. I really appreciate that. Got you some motivation the last 2 days to prep. Yes. And so today, before I go into it, some of you guys saw the title of the scope, and the title I'm going to talk about is what do you do when shit happens? What do you do when bad things happen? What do you do when you have a setback? What do you do when things aren't looking the way you want them to look? How's it going, Jasmine? Do me a favor before I go into it. Thank you so much, Sam, for putting economics in there. Do me a huge favor, every single person, every single body who's in the scope. I need you to do me two favors and two things only. I need to get a bunch of hearts from you guys. And the second thing I need for you to do is to invite your friends and followers. Now, if you like my message, if you like some of the messages I've had before, they tend to be the same for the most part in terms of like the content and kind of what I talk about and empowering yourself in this economic piece, but there's also motivation and mindset and your mission. So I want to share this with as many people as possible. Hey, Caleb Maddox. Caleb Maddox is a 13-year-old Tony Robbins to me. You got to follow him. He's amazing. He's a 13-year-old Tony Robbins. Hey, Marianne Evans. You know what? That's great. Everybody's got to do what they got to do. When bad things happen, pray sometimes is not enough. I don't mean that as a disrespect from God, because I believe in God as well. But we also have to do some work ourselves. And that's the whole point of my message. Too many people put their heads in the sand and they pray. And they wonder why nothing really comes to fruition. Part of the journey is you have to do the work as well. And that's what I want to share with some people today. Not only doing the work, but also understanding exactly faith without works is dead. Prayer is great. God listens to my prayers. He does. But he also says, hey, Bon, you need to do some work yourself. So if you go to the Bible and go back and take a look at all the people who were called by the Lord, they all had to do something. So when we talk about Moses in the burning bush, God didn't just say, go lead the Israelites out. No, he had to go appear to him in a bush, burning, and say, please, I need you to do this, right? And even then, Moses had the choice. But Moses decided to do it. When Jonah was running away, and the Lord was telling Jonah, you need to do this and this and this. He ran away, said, no, I'm not interested. And he ended up getting swallowed by whales and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Every single person that had something to do, they literally had to make a decision to do something. What can I do with my family? What can I go back and do? Put that in again. What can I do about my family? Hey, what's going on, Jed Record? Hey, Wendy. Thanks for being in here. What did you say about your family? Can you put that question back in there again? I forgot. Yes, you got to remind yourself of your calling. Oh, hey, I love that, Keith. That's awesome. And if people talk about you, if people, I think that's what you're saying, something to that effect. But what's going on, Andrew Bolin? Andrew Bolin's another success coach, amazing, amazing person. I love her. Oh, they're spreading rumors and false information around. You know what? SD Martin tattoo. This is plain and simple. And I'm gonna tell you this, and then I'm gonna go back to what I'm saying. Yes, they're hating. It's funny because I was listening to something that Steve Harvey said the other day, and he was doing a thing with TD Jakes. What's going on, Dickie Armour? That's another. I love Dickie Armour. You got to follow Dickie Armour. Follow Matt Crane at 10X. Matt Crane is phenomenal. Great dude, very supportive, just like Caleb Maddox. 13-year-old guy who's so intelligent, so brilliant, so mature. Mindset's on a different level. I wish I had the same mindset that Caleb had back when I was his age. So my mom woke up to call about life and family. Look, this is the deal. Your family, man, they can be your family, right? SD Martin tattoo. They can be your family. But it doesn't mean that they have the same dreams and visions and paths and journey that you do. So you heard that saying, crabs in a bucket, right? They're crabs in a bucket. They're all related. But the thing is, they keep trying to pull you down with them. But I always have the saying that crabs in a bucket end up being cooked all the time. You never see crabs in a bucket being left behind. All the crabs that are caught in the bucket end up on a kitchen table being eaten by other people. You see what I'm saying? So in this situation, at some point in time, when you're on your journey, when you're on your path, on your mission, and doing what you're supposed to be doing in this world, in this earth, in your life, right? The people that have hate, the people who are talking crazy, even family members, there's someone laying next to you, it doesn't matter. That person will slowly fall away. Not because you're kicking them out or alienating them, but at some point in time, you'll be so focused on your path and your mission that they can do nothing but have to take off. And that's when the hate comes. Now, the hate's not going to come if you're not doing anything. There are a lot of people who are afraid of doing action or taking action because they don't want to get hate. And as a result, they do nothing. And you're always going to get hate from people who don't believe you, who don't care about what you're doing, who are more upset because of what you're doing. You know what else? Another thing, Martin tattoo. Yes, I stopped smoking weed and my life changed. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? That's exactly what happens, right? So you start changing your life. I didn't even know that. I could tell that you're already thinking differently. So you already started doing things that are different. So what ends up happening is you end up being a mirror to people who aren't where they want to be. That's exactly where hate comes from. Because you imagine the amount of effort a person has to use to be angry, to be hateful about something else that has nothing to do with them. And so you got to remember that piece. It says more about them, has nothing to do about you. Especially if you know what you're doing is right. And you believe what you're doing is for a purpose. So swim with the big fish. I love that, Dan. That's awesome. I never even introduced myself. A lot of new people in the scope. My name is ebongeka. I'm a certified public accountant in the Washington, D.C. area. I'm also the author of the best-selling business book, Start Me Up, The No Business Plan Business Plan. It helps people who have an idea to start a business without having to use a business plan. It takes you through 4 major steps. And I'm also the founder of Economics, where we focus on your mission, your mindset, and your money. It's life strategy as well as business strategy consultancy. So the whole point of getting your mission, your mindset right, then your money falls into place, whether it's entrepreneurial, whether it's in a career. What's going on, DeLeon? Thank you so much. Lords, you do need my book. I almost started singing that song by Lords, Royals, but I didn't. Coach Sam, thank you so much. These are principles of economics, Economics 101. Look, you're all going to get hate. When you're doing something in your life that has meaning, that has purpose, the people who aren't doing something will look at you and say, who do you think you are? Why are you doing this thing? Why can't I be like you? Right? And then they start looking in the mirror and saying, you know what? This guy, I hate this guy. He's an asshole. But it has something to do about them. It has nothing to do about you. Someone asked me about my book. Yes, you can get it on the Kindle or the Nook. So it's at Barnes & Noble's on the Nook or Amazon Kindle as well. It's also available. If you want a physical copy of my book, you can go to startmeupbook.com, startmeupbook.com. Exactly, Camille Willologist. Who do you think you are? Yes, thank you so much, Lo, for putting it in there. Startmeupbook.com. I'll send you a signed copy, and I'll put a little gift in there as well. So basically, what do you do when you have a setback? What do you do when you feel discouraged? What do you do when shit happens? Do I work out on Fridays? I should, but I don't. I play basketball other days of the week. You got to do the things that are important to you, that lead you closer to where you're supposed to be. People will talk about you. That's part of the process. The thing is, no one tells you these stories. Nobody tells you that the hate is part of the process. Look, I can even take it biblical. I can take it to other successful people. I can take it to people you know in your life. I can take it to anywhere you want to talk about. Every single person in life, in order to get to that next level, they got to go through pain. Whether you believe in God or not, regardless, he said he will guide you, but he did not tell you it would not be uncomfortable. He did not tell you it would not be difficult. You hear what I'm saying? So you got to get that simple principle. You do not live in a vacuum. Do not live in an isolated chamber. What's going to happen in life, right? What's going to happen in life is that you have to understand that as you go through difficulty, as you go through problems, that is part of the journey and process. There's pain in every single aspect of growth. Biological pain, physical pain, emotional pain, pain in all aspects of life. Giving birth to a child takes 9 months. Why? It's painful. It's not an easy thing for a woman to give birth to a child. Plain and simple. For a tree to grow, for a flower to bloom, there has to be a whole bunch of difficulty. It has to avoid rodents. It has to avoid other people. It has to avoid the elements. It has to go through layers of soil. You hear what I'm saying? So for you who are listening, who you're concerned, you're worried, and you're like, this is not happening for me. What am I supposed to do? You got to remember, you got to get this principle, especially on a Friday. You got to get this principle. What's going to happen is you're going to have hate. That is the second or third part of your journey. First part of your journey is the vision. The second one is your action. The third is the hate starts to come. Why? Because it means you're doing something that you're supposed to be doing. Right? You look at yourself and you know I'm not doing anything that's horrible. So why are people hating me? Oh, I get it. They look at me and they know they could be here too, but they can't. So the easiest thing to do is to go to a lower level of consciousness and to be hateful. Plain and simple. And look, I'm okay with it. You can bring it on. I have no problems with you hating me. I know now it's not easy. Don't get me wrong. I'm not telling you it's going to be easy. It's not easy, but I also realize it's part of the journey, part of the process. It's part of the promise that I was given, but also it's part of me knowing that I'm doing something right. So thank you so much, Jed Record. Do me a favor, guys. Continue to share this with other people. Honey Gets Money. Good to see you in the scope. The Laughter Revo. It seems like there are a lot of new people in here. People who are jumping in here. Just to remind you, my name is Ebongeka. I'm a certified public accountant in the Washington, D.C. area. I'm also the author of the best-selling business book, Start Me Up, The No Business Plan, Business Plan. Exactly, Narvel. Too much energy for hating. When you're oscillating at a higher level, let me tell you something real quick. I haven't always been this way. I've grown into who I am today. But I'll say this much. When you're oscillating at a higher level of consciousness, when hate comes, when someone you know or like or care about texts you some bullshit, gossip, or they're complaining about something, time wasting, right? Some useless gossip stuff. What's going on, Marcel? It's good to see you, man. And they text you some nonsense. I look at it and I say, I'm not upset. I just I can't deal with this. I have no interest. I don't have the energy to deal with this. I have no energy whatsoever to deal with this. So as a result, I just keep it moving. That's exactly how you have to operate in your life. That's exactly how you have to operate in your life. Every single thing. You look at a car. Maybe you guys like NASCAR. Hey, Stephanie Lane, thank you so much for saying that. Maybe you like NASCAR. I don't know. But, here in the U.S., we got NASCAR, people racing cars. You understand how NASCAR works, right? Any single thing on a car that does not make the car go faster gets taken off. Plain and simple. I don't care if it's an extra bolt, an extra screw, an extra nut, anything else. Part of the tire, they're trying every single day to take pieces of the car off. Why? Because you can't go faster when things are dragging you down. Negative emotions, negative people, gossip, time wasting, right? Media stuff. All that stuff. People who aren't on their own path, who aren't on their own mission. All those kinds of jokers who put stuff on your car, on your NASCAR, right? And you can't go as fast. Formula One, same thing. They stripped everything off. It is almost bare bones to the point where they're trying to make the material even lighter. Why? Because you can't move fast when you have dead weight. Thank you so much, Allison. I believe that. I agree. Energy, time killers, time wasters, gossip, negative mindsets. Hey, you got to understand this. For too long, people look at their family and say, they're my family. You make excuses for other people. You don't have to anymore, right? So I just found out just another aside, I just found out there's someone who I met last year at a mastermind I was at. If some of you guys know Peter Shankman, who creator of Hero, Help a Reporter Out, he has these masterminds. He travels all over the country, sometimes all over the world, and has these one-day masterminds. So I met a woman that was in that mastermind with us. It's about 20 entrepreneurs sitting at a table, sharing ideas and coming up with solutions. And it's worth the attendance, and it's for a good price. So I'm sitting there. One of the women that was in our group, I found out she recently passed away last week, because the only reason I knew this is because we were Facebook friends, and I saw people talking about her going home ceremony and all that stuff and her memorials. And she just died at work. She's a nice woman. She did like style stuff. Her name is Ask the Design Diva or something like that. She's based in Charlotte. And I just saw it on Facebook like today or yesterday. She literally just died at work last week on the 20th. Died at work. Working, dropped dead. You hear what I'm saying to you? You hear what I'm saying? So for me, am I going to waste my time with haters? Am I going to waste my time with useless debates, right? Presidential debates that don't make any sense. Am I going to waste my time with people who are trying to bring down bring negativity? You understand? Every single time you carry negativity in your heart, in your mind, in your consciousness, it literally slowly kills you. And now, you got to understand that we have an urgency of time. Yes, life is too short to waste, but too many, you know what though? This is the thing that I'm thinking about that, Jed and Camille. Every single person knows that saying. Everybody even says it. You hear it all day long. Life's too short, life's too short. But then they do the things that makes their life even shorter. People do that all the time. But the reason why I brought up that story is not to make this sad and macabre and morbid, is to remind you that we have a sense of urgency in our lives. But you can't do great things. You cannot fly with eagles if you're hanging around pecking with chickens. You cannot do great things if you're hanging around people who are like crabs in a bucket pulling you down. You cannot do great things if you're wasting your time letting your mind be consumed with things that don't put you on your path. That could be the person who's next to you. That could be the person who's a family member. That can be someone you work with. That can be somebody on the street you see on a regular basis. All those influences weigh you down. You cannot run your race when you're carrying ankle weights. It doesn't work. You cannot swim across the English Channel if you have a weight vest on. You cannot drive your car very fast if you're pulling a 10-ton truck. It does not work that way. Life does not work that way. Aerodynamics does not work that way. Physics does not work that way. Biology does not work that way. There's always problems if you carry around extra dead weight, plain and simple. Mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually. I need you to get rid of it. So, circling back, when shit happens to you, when bad things happen to you, when people are hating on you, I need you to remind yourself, I need to remind you of this simple principle. You need to go back and take a look at your vision. And then also remind yourself, this is part of the process. This is what's supposed to happen, right? Goodness, greatness, success, legacy, none of that will come from being easy and simple. So I want to remind you about that. Let's become exactly. You guys are all eagles. You can fly, you can soar, but you can't soar if you got somebody hanging on to your talons. You know that. Everything, in order for something to float, or for something to go up, to raise up, it has to be lighter. And it cannot be lighter when you got nonsense with you. Somebody put this man in Bill. Thank you so much, True No Lies. That's funny. April 4th, you guys are phenomenal. Thank you so much. Hey, Casey. Hey, if you're new in this scope, do me a huge favor. Please follow me. I do these scopes once a day during the week, sometimes once on the weekend. I do this probably every morning around the same time. Do me a huge favor. Please, please, please follow. Also, share this with your friends and your followers. And secondly, remind you, if you're interested in a copy of my book, it's Start Me Up, the No Business Plan Business Plan. You go to startmeupbook.com. You can get a copy from me. You can also find it at Barnes & Nobles. You can also find it at Amazon, too. So it's all different places. And in addition to that, you can also... if you get it from me directly, I'll sign it and ship it to you. And then also the other thing too is, if you have any questions or comments, please, find out where I'm at. Send me an email, info@ebongeka.com. That's my website, ebongeka.com. Thank you so much, Cassie, Gainey. That's awesome. My first paycheck, I'm gonna buy a book. Oh, that's awesome, Martin Tattoo. When you buy my book and get an autograph, I'll send you like a little gift. And, look, man, this is like, thank you so much for being on here. Thank you for showing up, man. I really appreciate it. I want to, Martin Sanchez, artist, I want to follow you too. You know what though? Lourdes, thank you so much for following me. I appreciate that. That means a lot. your geeky glampire with a paradoxical personality and scope blogger, personal beauty shopper, love tribe, tag tribe. I followed you. Thank you so much, Lo. That's the gorgeous Lo. That's my email address, info@ebongeka.com. Look, guys, we only have one life. And every single day that passes is one less day we had the day before. There are people we think we're going to show up tomorrow. There are people who it's not guaranteed. And as much as I'm saying this, I struggle with this too. So I'll keep it real. Let me just keep it real. Thank you so much, Martin Tattoo. I really appreciate that from a wholesome heart. Thank you for blessing. You guys are phenomenal. Thank you for following me. Let's see. Miss and Snitches. MS and Snitches, and Snitches, yeah. Snitches, I don't know. I came in late. Hey, catch the replay. Just Inspires. I know, catch the replay. Thank you, Amber, for inviting. Cornier, thank you for being here. Blue Lips, always a pleasure to see you. Life is short, enjoy every minute. Exactly. And leave, look, at the end of the day, we're all gonna go, so please do me a favor, leave a legacy. You gotta leave a legacy. You want me to sing? I always sing. Sometimes I always sing random songs that pop in my head, but Joe Rich, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. You know, I believe that I speak. I'll tell you a quick story. When I was a kid, my mom used to tell me my mom always told me, I never prayed for money. My mom always told me, pray for wisdom, pray for guidance, pray for, God to bless you, to give you wisdom and guidance. And I was about 17 years old when that happened, and I did. And I remember feeling that I received it. I remember feeling that soon after that I received. Hey, Raph, good to see you, man. Allison, thank you so much. I remember feeling that I received it. I remember receiving that blessing. And then from there, I just started cultivating on that. But everything else, I pray for wisdom, because with wisdom, I can make better decisions and I can make money. And that's kind of how I looked at it at that age. And so being able to be wise is something that a lot of people don't really think about, and you can ask for it. Ask for wisdom. And after a while, things will start to open up for you, right? My mom is smart. My mom raised 4 kids by herself, man. My mom, hey, Justin Glover, good to see you, man. Justin Glover's another guy who's killing it on Periscope. Also in the world. He's phenomenal. Check him out. Follow him. Thank you so much, Coach Sam. You are phenomenal, Coach Sam. I appreciate all you guys. I appreciate your blessings. I appreciate your life. I appreciate everything you're doing. King Solomon prayed the same. Exactly. And maybe that's why my mom told me that. I didn't know that at the time. And what matters more than anything else is getting the wisdom of life, of knowledge, to be able to apply it. So wisdom helps you get to know what to do, but also helps you apply what you're supposed to do. And that's kind of my goal in life, is to encourage you guys, empower you guys. You guys have so much greatness inside of you, and too many people are going to their graves without sharing it. And that's my goal. I don't want to have anything inside of me when I go. You see what I'm saying? So I'm on this mission to let everything out as quickly as possible, and to share my message and my stories and everything else that I'm trying to do to inspire you that one day you can do the same thing and pay it forward. So that's kind of all I'm trying to do. Leave a legacy. You guys are phenomenal. School of Greatness, yes. That's I don't know if you got the book yet. I think I'm gonna pick up a copy of that book, School of Greatness, Esther, by Lewis Howes. But yeah, thank you so much. You're amazing, Justin. I thank you so much, man. Yes, you are phenomenal, my friend. You guys are all awesome. You guys are phenomenal. Thank you so much for being here. Again, my goal has always been to leave a legacy, and I was inspired by a book called Lewis Howes, Lewis. And I was inspired by my book too. Start Me Up, the No Business Plan. I was inspired by a book called Die Empty, by I think Todd Henry. It's a black cover, an amazing book. It's called Die Empty. It's about leaving your gifts out before you go. I read it about a year ago when I had a bunch of people die, and my dog, and I had a bunch of people die, like all that. I had 3 or 4 people died that I intimately knew died last year, and I just read it because I just needed some clarity as to life and what my purpose was, trying to figure it out. Yes, Die Empty, Coach Sam. That's it. It's an amazing book. So check that out too if you guys are into reading. I try to read a book a week. I've been slacking recently, but try to go through a book a week. Why? Because I'm trying to acquire as much knowledge as I can so I can share it. It just makes my life a lot easier. Have vision that crabs being cooked. Yep. That's awesome, man. Oh, I said it to you when I get. Oh, awesome, man. Please do that. Do me a favor. That'd be great. Hey, Martin, that'd be so awesome, man. Do me a favor. That'd be awesome. Yeah, audiobooks are good too. Have I read the 4 Agreements? No, I've heard about it. People have talked about it a lot, but I've heard about it. Yes, that is so awesome, man. Mr. Sanchez, Martin, that'd be awesome, man. That'd be cool. Crabs in a bucket. I would love that. Exactly. I always say crabs in a bucket end up being cooked, and that's kind of the whole goal, is to avoid that. Real Chronicle, thanks. Real recognize real. Exactly. I do. I recognize real, man. I appreciate it. I knew what you were saying. Yeah, low loves the 4 agreements. All right, I gotta get out of here. I gotta get some work done. You guys are phenomenal. Be great today. Friday, people are celebrating drinking martinis. You should be celebrating your life, building up and sharing what you want to do. I want to continue changing lives. Please change lives yourselves. Thank you so much, Keith Maurice. Let's catch up soon. Justin Glover, you are phenomenal. I love Keith Scopes. You guys are great. Marcel, thanks for being in here. Guten Morgen or Guten Afternoon, however you say it in German. Have an amazing day. Just Inspires, thanks for being here. Guys, if you're catching the replay, give me some hearts and share with your friends. True no lies. No lies, true no low lies. No lies, true no lies. Everybody say word. True no lies. No true no lies. Everybody say word. All right, love you guys. You guys are great. I appreciate it.